Hello and welcome back to GWK. I know I've been out of commission for a long time. It's because my microphone was broken and not good. It's just not good. Not good stuff. But now I've got this weird setup thing going on. The audio's probably going to be... creaky chair. The audio's probably going to be absolutely terrible. You're going to hear everything because I'm using a stupid webcam microphone. It's dumb. I'm sorry. I apologize in advance. You're probably going to hear my dogs and my cats and everything and all the noises. But that's okay. That's okay. Today, we'll fix that later. We'll get better audio equipment hopefully soon. I mean, it's close to Christmas. I asked for better audio equipment. So, yeah. Stop, Jet. See? He's bumping his butt into my chair because that's a thing he does. And, whatever. Anyways, I'm playing Factorio. Yes, Factorio. This is a fun game. Stop it, Jet. Go and lay down, please. This is a fun game. It's a factory game. You build factories, and there's things, and there's stuff. But we're going to play a little differently. So, basically, starting a new game, so showing you guys what I'm doing. So, I am terrible. Alright, so this is how you, set up your world, right? I mean, those of you who are watching this, you probably played before, so you probably all know this, but for people who haven't, a little explanation. So this is like a world generation settings. You can set terrain segmentation. I normally leave that on normal. Water, medium, small. I'm going to go small. It controls how much water there's on your map. Iron ore. This is all the ores and stuff. So, normally, when I put these on, I leave all this stuff on normal, except for the ending bases. I'm not a fan of the biters. Alright, so I don't turn them off. I just put them very low. So that's good. And then I bump up the richness. Oop, not very good, just good. So basically what this means is all the deposits and stuff are going to be, they're going to be all normal size, but they're going to have more resources per square. You'll see what I mean. And what we're going to do... I think that's everything. If you wanted to customize your map so it's only a certain size, you could do it here. And if you had a seed that you wanted to share with your friends or whatever, you could put it here. But otherwise, this is pretty good. So we're gonna hit generate. Normally, the first few times, let's see. Yeah. Well, maybe. No. Nah. So if you hit restart, it will do the map for you. Ooh, there's a nice iron deposit, but there's very little coal and copper. We'll restart again. Sorry, this is thrilling gameplay. Good copper and good coal, but no iron, of course. Okay. Thrilling gameplay, everybody. This is so much fun. Yep, once again. All right. I swear we're gonna actually play today. That's gonna be a thing. I promise. Yeah, that'll work. The thing is you don't need that much copper at the beginning. By the time you really need a crap ton of copper, you can normally have more expansions out in different places. Anyways, so what you're doing is you're trying to build a factory, research technology. And this is your tech tree, and you're trying to get down to here, rocket silos, to build a rocket thing, and yeah. It's going to be a long, long time before we get there. So it's not even really that important. What's important is we need to start getting ourselves established here soon. So to do that, we're going to go ahead and start mining some of this iron. But we're not going to do it by hand. We could do it by hand. Speaking of, we're going to need iron pickaxes to start mining stuff by hand. We're going to use those, but we're going to use those burner mining drills, as well as the furnace. So that way, you'll see what I mean. I'm just going to get some coal. I think about 10 pieces will do as a start. Yeah. The start of this game is very slow and normally takes a while, but, whatever. So we're going to come in here. Now, both of these require fuel to run. Alright, so we're going to drop in coal as our fuel. what's going to happen is this guy is going to automatically mine a piece of iron every time this bar fills up. And once it's done that, it will deposit it into here, which will then be smelted into iron plate, which we can just grab. And, you could come in here and, click on it and grab it or whatever. But the best way to do this is to press Control, hover over it, and you'll see how much iron plate is in there, over there on the right side. And you hold down Control and click it, you'll automatically take out all the iron, which is great. So we're just going to let that run. We're going to come over to here. This is a stone deposit. We need stone, right, to make more of those drills and furnaces, because the furnaces are made out of stone, and the drills use a furnace in their recipe, in their crafting recipe. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab about 15 stone, because we need to start automatically mining coal, and we need to start mining more stone automatically, right? So we've got our 15 stone. We also need, for the burner mining drills, we need 9 iron plates. So we're going to come down here and grab the iron plates. So we have 18, which means we can make 2, which is perfect, because we're just going to dump these on top of the coal deposits. And those little arrows show where their output is, right? We can output them to each other. That way they automatically refill on coal, right? And you get more coal drilling than you do have to put in. Does that make sense? That probably doesn't make sense. You'll see. We'll get a couple pieces of coal out of one coal's worth of fuel, right? So these guys will go back and forth filling each other up until they're both max filled with coal, which is great because that means we don't have to hand mine it anymore. The whole point of this game is to stop doing as much stuff by hand as possible. At least that's the way I tend to play it. Ah, crap. We also need some iron for a chest, because we don't want to smelt the stone, because we just need the raw stone. So we need somewhere to put it. So we'll get this iron chest. So now we have, we're mining stone. Yeah. So now we're mining stone, but it needs fuel, so we're going to come over here, Control, left click, take all the coal that we can. Those guys will still run, because, they've consumed a piece of fuel, and that piece of fuel, as you can see, that immediately dropped down to 24. So it's still running this. We took all of this, but it's because it's still running, it still mines, so it can still fill up. The chances of you pulling the coal out at the exact moment that they completely runs out of fuel is, you're just not going to do it. It's never going to happen. So, just a quick note, I am playing this on the low graphics, just so that the FPS doesn't drop too much. I don't want it to drop below 30 frames per second, and I'm just afraid that if I played on high, it would. So, things look a little wonky in this game at lower textures, but whatever. You'll see what I mean. I'll show you an example here soon. But yeah, so we've got all the 3 major resources that we need to start increasing our mining already sorted out. So we're going to come over here, grab stone, and we're just going to keep going around in a circle, right? Collecting the resources that we need and upgrading how much iron we're producing. Because we need a lot of iron. I mean, I'm talking a lot of iron. So we're going to go ahead and build. So we got that. We're going to split this. Oh, to split things in half, you hold shift and right click, and it'll automatically put it in the right spot and split it in half. That's really useful if you're running these kind of things. Grab some more coal. Probably good on stone, but we'll grab some extra anyways. What's great about this game is, if you look over here, the burner mining drill requires 3 iron gear wheels, some stone, a stone furnace, and some iron plates. I don't have to go clicking through all these menus and go be like, okay, 3 gears, and, 1 stone furnace, and then I can build this. Nah, as long as I have the total raw resources in hand, then I can go ahead and build it, and it'll just build everything I need automatically for me. So, see? Like that. See how down here it built those furnaces automatically, including the iron gill wheels and all that good jazz? Yeah, awesome. So, that's that. So now we've upgraded to 4 iron mines with furnaces. Let's just grab more coal. 16 coal's not enough to fuel 4 of these bad boys, I don't think. Whew. I forgot to set a timer. Huh. Just gonna have to... Oop, nope, I want to take half that back. Yeah, it's not perfectly even, but whatever. I'll just refuel these as required. So now that we've gotten... Jack, can you stop rolling around on the floor, please? I'm so sorry. I know you guys can hear all that. I'm half tempted to kick him out, but if I kick him out, he causes mischief. And mischief is bad. But, yeah, now that we've got our iron situation pretty sorted out, we want to start getting copper. Because we're going to need that to build some, power stuff. Because right now, we're using coal as our fuel source, right? But some of the tools later on that we, need to use require electricity. So, in order to do electricity, we need copper, because we need the copper to build a water pump, because we're going to use steam engines. So you need water for steam engines. And we need it for the power lines to send power across, the map or whatever. So, just going to waddle back over here. It's kind of got a funny run, I think. Yeah. Going to drop half in there. Half in there. Bam. So now that's going to start getting us copper. So now we've got all the basic resources. We got a little bit of flow of all the basic resources. Not a lot, but, a nice chunk coming through. We need to start thinking about getting that electric power I was just talking about up and running. So we need to start building steam engines and water. We need to pump water. So we need to get an offshore pump, some steam engines, and boilers, because the boilers will heat the water up. Because the steam engines don't heat the water up themselves, they just use hot water to their advantage. So you need the boilers to get the water to a boiling temperature, and then so that when it goes through the steam engines, it generates power. Right? So there we go. We got our first pump. We only need one pump, actually. And I think we're going to go ahead and build it right here. So that's going to automatically pump water out. It doesn't need electricity. I don't know why it doesn't need electricity, but it doesn't. You'd think it would, but it doesn't. So, whatever, right? Who cares? If it runs off of just magic, then that's fine with me. So I'm going to come back over here. Get more stone. I want 14 boilers. There's a ratio, a great ratio. 14 boilers to 10 steam engines. I don't know who came up with that number. I don't know why that number works. I just know that it does. So that's the number we're shooting for. So for boilers, we need more. I think we need more stone. So there we go. Now we have enough to make 14. So we're going to be 5, 10. If you right click, it will build things in increments of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there we go. There's our 14 not steam engines, but our 14 boilers. We're going to line them up like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we're going to come to this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now we need 200 iron plate, right? We're up to 150. So we're going to grab more out of here. And all the things over here are starting to run out of fuel. But we got enough. It doesn't matter. We got enough. So here we are. Now we're making the 10 steam engines. Those are going to take a while to build. So we're just going to go ahead and start refueling some things. And making sure we're still making iron. Because while eventually we are going to switch over to electrically mining this stuff, we still want to run all these. Because we're going to need the iron to build the infrastructure required for electric mining. So, yeah. Now, we're going to hook up these boilers to the pump using pipes, right? But we're going to do that step last, because if we go ahead and start pumping water through these, all the water that comes through is going to be cold. And if cold water gets into your steam engines, which are going to be built here, yep, this is a steam engine. If cold water gets into your steam engines, right, the steam engines themselves will not run as efficiently as they could. Just get rid of that tree. Dead tree. Some more dead trees over here. Come on. Go away. Nobody wants you here. Actually, I need their wood, so yes. Yeah. But yeah, see. So, this is the layout I normally use. What I do is I take one underground pipe, and I'll show you how that works here in a second. And I need about... Shut up, Jet. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I think there's a helicopter outside he's barking at. I apologize for my dog's barking. Oh, wait, no. There's like a freaking big vehicle outside. That's what he's barking at. Anyways, so I hook up all the steam engines like this, right? You got the 5 pipes going through, and that connects these, because these steam engines automatically connect because they're touching right there. I don't know if you can see my mouse, but yeah, right here, right? And same over there and over here. But we need there's a gap between these two, and that's why we need the pipe, right? So we can connect all the steam engines together. And then we're going to use this underground pipe to connect the 2 sides together. Now, the way this works is it allows you to run things across the top, but it keeps this underground. And you can see the connection via this like green and yellow bar thing. So now all that is set up. The next thing we need to do is we need to get coal down here, because these guys, the boilers, run off of coal. They're a lot more efficient than using the coal in here, but the system still requires them. Runs on coal. I am so sorry. Jet, please. Jet, out. Please. Out. Go on. Go on. My other dog went just fine. She listens. Jet does not. So, okay, anyway, sorry about that. So, we need to get coal down here. The way we're going to do that is using these transport belts. Out! Please! 1 second. Ugh. I'm just going to pause the video right here. There we go. Sorry about that. Alright, let me get resituated here. Creaky chair. Creaky wooden chair. Alright, there we go. Luckily, while I was gone, all the transport belts got built. So that's great. So we're just going to run these through. And this is going to be our line that brings coal from up here down to there. Which is going to be wonderful. You'll see here in a second why. We don't need these guys anymore. I think we have enough coal for that. We're going to use an electric mining drill. Alright? So that's going to build us an electric mining drill. There we go. And we're just going to situate it like that. Now, it doesn't have any electricity yet because we don't have the electricity set up. Alright? But we're just going to jumpstart the system by hand putting in some coal into there. But first we need power lines to connect everything. So, now this little blue radius is where the power lines can reach. And we're gonna need a way to get the coal off this belt into this line. So we need to power here, and we need to connect to the to the steam engine. Alright? Oops, that was not lined up right. There we go. So now all our steam engines are almost connected. Got 1/2 of them set up. There we go. Now all our steam engines are set up and connected. Now we just need to connect... Sorry, hiccups. Now we need to just connect up our mining drill here. Oh, it's a street sweeper. That's what he's barking at. That makes sense. But, yeah. So now, as you can see, this is going to output the coal onto the belt. The belt's going to run it down here. And then, we're going to use these. They're called inserters. We're going to use these to get the coal into the things. But we need 14 inserters because we have 14... 14 boilers. But I don't have enough copper, so we're going to have to run over here and get more copper. See what I mean? You don't need a whole lot of copper at the beginning. 5, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So now we're building those. And we're also going to need 5 pipes because we still haven't connected this, just because we don't want the cold water in there yet. So we're going to go ahead and place these down. Whew. Now these will grab coal off the belt and put it into the boilers, which is exactly what we needed to do. And this is the first thing we're automating. Alright? after this, we won't have to worry about power for a long time. Not until our factory gets much, much larger. Oh shit, no. Oops. Disconnect that. There. Almost had a boo-boo. So we're going to put coal in one boiler on each side. That way, any water, whether it runs to the right or to the left, will be warmed up. So there we go. Look at that. Steam engines are starting to run. Water's going up. Temperature, as you can see over here on the right, I would move my mouse, but as soon as I move it, it'll be off. But temperature is going to start slowly climbing as that coal comes in. See, there we go. Electricity's running. Bring the coal. Electricity is powering this mining drill. Voila! Our power's been automated. How sweet is that? I think it's pretty cool. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to get more coal being mined, because we're going to need a lot of coal. Because even though most of the mining tools we're going to use are going to be running off of electricity, our furnaces are going to be running off of coal for quite a while. So we need a lot of coal, and we're going to need to be able to ship it all over the place. So that's our next task, is to get the certain technologies we need to start building. Shit, that rock's in the way. We're going to need to get the technology to start building all of the stuff that we need automatically, right? So I'm going to get rid of this rock. I'm just going to shoot at it until it disappears. It's going to use up all my ammo, but I don't think I'm going to need ammo for a while. I think I'm okay. Alright. I ran out of stuff to shoot. Let's build 5 more. Sorry for my, shitty beatboxing there. There we go. So now we have all our drills set up, which is great. This is awesome. We've done a fantastic job. Yeah. We've done a fantastic job. So, now, you can see the coal's building up down here. That's because these will only take the coal that they need. They don't need more than, 5 right now. Right? Even though I dumped 50 in here, they don't need more than this. So the coal will build up. And, yeah, the steam engines will run. As you can see, the available performance is much higher than what we're actually using. And we haven't exactly reached perfect, as you can see. There's a little bit at the end, but, it's damn well close enough. So the next thing we need to do is we need to start getting better technology. We need to be able to split this belt and move stuff around and get things where it's needed to go, right? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to build a... Where is it? We're going to build a laboratory, right? As well as 30 of these guys. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, right? We're going to build 30 of these guys. Now, that's going to take a while to build, so what we're going to do is, and this is why I haven't gotten rid of the setup yet, is we're just going to take all this coal, because the system doesn't really need it right now. We're just going to come down here, and we're going to dump it into these, because we're going to need belts, more of those transport belts. We're going to need, we're just going to need iron for everything you can imagine. Let's see, here we go. Split in between these two guys. There we go. So we got our first lab done. Right. It's mining stuff, and as you can see, these guys take a while to make. 5 seconds per thing. We've got another, 25 to go, I think. So, okay. So this, I've already shown you this, but this is the research window. And the first 2 technologies we're gonna research are automation and logistics. And this is why I had 30 science packs, because this one costs 10, this one costs 20. So we're going to go ahead and click research on that one, and we're going to take whatever science packs we have now and go ahead and dump them in. And this is what I was talking about with the lower texture thing. You can see, on the higher textures, this thing is static. It doesn't weirdly vibrate. But on the lower, it kind of vibrates, which, is weird, but whatever. As long as it works, right? I don't think anybody really cares. So we're going to come back down here, pick up the iron that we've made, because we're going to need a lot of it, like I said. Let's see. And we're going to go ahead, and we're going to throw that back in there. We're going to go ahead and start, actually, what am I going to do? Yeah, I'm going to build a couple of these. I'm going to queue up a couple of those mining drills. All right, so those are ready. We're going to grab more of this coal again. Because it doesn't need it. we go. And we're going to come back down here, and we're just going to continually feed these guys more fuel than they'll probably ever use. There we go. And whatever. That's good enough. That street sweeper needs to, move on. Needs to sweep another street. You've already swept the street plenty, bro. So now we're just waiting on that automation and the logistics technology. Which means we're waiting on... And these red science packs don't get automatically consumed. It takes time. So, you can have 1,000 of all the science packs, but you'd still have to wait for all the technology to research. And we got our first technology. Great. So this technology, automation, gives us assemblers, which allow you to input resources and assemble things, just like I've been doing down here, except outside of your hotbar, which is great. And it gives us long-handed inserters, which are like those other orange things, except they can reach further. So, instead of being able to reach to the tile next to them, they can reach to 2 tiles away. So the next technology we're going to research is logistics, because this is going to give us splitters, fast inserters, and underground belts. The underground belts just work just like the underground pipes, and the splitter allows you to interrupt this line and turn it into 2 belts that are divided up evenly, as well as they're used for a lot of other applications that I'll explain as they come along. So we need to dump these science packs in. Oops. Oh, this one's almost done. So there we go. Alright. So now we're going to take all of that. It gives us lots of iron. We've got 2 electric drills. Remember that we built for mining purposes. And we're going to plumb... We'll put one there and the other one there for now. And then we're going to run some belts up here, but we need more belts. Because what we're going to do is we're going to create an area that automatically smelts for us. It's going to be great. But I think... Before we do that, I'm going to end the episode here. Like I said, I really have no idea how long I've been running this episode for. Could have been 20 minutes, who knows. But yeah, I'm going to end the episode here. Thanks for watching, and see you around.